Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Beautiful day here in the Ozarks. I know you just love to get that weather report. Some of you actually do. It's funny because I get a few people every once in a while that just hate it. I've had people say, I'm not watching your channel because you talk about the weather all the time. Well, then don't watch the channel. You think I care? I mean, for those of you that don't understand how things work out here in a small country town, whether you know someone or not, usually the conversation starts around something like the weather. You know, you go to the feed store, man, it's hot out there today, boy, I tell you what, and you just start talking. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of a country small town feel. That's how we do things, and some of you love it, but for those of you that don't like it, no one is forcing you to watch this channel. Well, continuing on what I said this morning, yeah, the economy is we're probably about ready to see some crazy, wild stuff. Stock market tanked today. They're saying estimates are around $1.7 trillion with a T. $1.7 trillion was lost in the stock market today. And there's been billions and billions, hundreds of billions, billions and billions of dollars lost recently in cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin. It was down. I haven't looked lately, but it was like in the 78,000. Hasn't been down that low in a while. And there are more people coming out and saying, yeah, it's about ready to get crazy. Even the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, came out today and said, yeah, we're gonna see probably a recession and stocks go down. You know, I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, basically he said it. And if there's anyone that really knows, he would be someone that knows. Also today, and I think this is all connected, Twitter, X, I mean, are we still going to call it Twitter? X just seems so weird of a name to me. But whatever it is, Elon Musk's social media platform went down several times today because it was being hacked very aggressively, according to what Elon Musk and the media is saying, that it was multiple high-level, whatever, hacking attempts to Twitter to get it to shut down, and it worked for a while. Elon Musk is now saying that they've traced the IP addresses and that they originate in Ukraine. Now, there's a couple different ways you could look at this. Number one, if you are a hacker and you're good enough, or a group of hackers, and you're good enough to get in and cause Twitter, X, whatever, to crash, you'd think you would also be good enough to make sure you could do it and no one would have any way of finding your IP address. Just saying. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Elon Musk is just that good and his team there. I don't know. It's also possible that this is going to be used, and we'll see. We'll know in a few days if this is going to be used to, you know, well, we're not going to be doing anything again with Ukraine, which has already been saying now. They're saying is that it's going to take more than just ceding land, and then that's part of it to stop the war. It's going to take more than just Elon Musk or Zelensky stepping down. And the Secretary of State said today that the only way to end this war is for Ukraine to give up some of its territory to Russia, and I'm trying to see this both ways. Okay, I'm trying to be fair and balanced about this. Yes, I get it that in 2014 this war was really started, and it was started because the United States basically did a coup in Ukraine and backed Ukraine all these years. And Ukraine did some real dirty stuff to Russian people living in Ukrainian territory, which is really where this kind of all started. I'm not dumb. I know all that. But on the other hand, it's Ukrainian territory, and it's been accepted as that for a long time. And I'm not sure I totally see the positive precedents that's set, that as long as you're bigger and badder and you go in and take territory, you can just keep it. So that's gonna, Europe's not gonna go for that. It's not gonna go for that, I don't think. So that's gonna continue things on, and this hacking thing with Twitter, who knows how that's gonna play into it, but I have a feeling that it will. And of course, it's all connected. The economy, the trade wars, all of this, it's all connected, and it's gonna more than likely start to get pretty crazy. There are a lot more people I'm seeing online, people that will openly say, still to this day, that they're Trump supporters, but they now believe that their interpretation, as well as some people that aren't strong Trump supporters, are saying that they believe that Trump's plan is to purposely crash the stock market and probably the economy, that's the only way that he's going to get the debt under control. They have a point that if you can crash the economy, that you can refinance debt and start paying off the national debt faster, lower interest rates, all this kind of stuff. Basically a reset, which is what we've been hearing about for years. And so the ones that seem to understand things a little bit better and have kind of eyes to see things, they're now saying, wait a minute, this sounds like the Great Reset. Maybe Donald Trump is bringing about the Great Reset. Maybe he knows it, maybe he doesn't know it. But either way, that's exactly what it looks like is going on. Now, it's probably still a little too early to exactly determine that. But it's starting to look really suspicious. And I know some of you have been in on this, figured this out a long time ago, and you already say, well, I've been saying that for a long time. I get it, I'm with you. But more and more people are starting to wake up. You know, some of you that still, very strongly are supporting the 4D chess game that's going on. It's not so much that I'm saying that Trump's bad, or that it's part of the plan. That he's playing his part, okay? He is playing his part. And that's very likely a possibility. Now, I said it. Now a bunch more of you can hate me and unsubscribe, whatever. At this point, it doesn't even matter. Another thing, and I know I keep hitting back on this, the next pandemic, and that's the thing, all the stuff that comes out, it distracts us from the stuff that came out before, right? And they do that on purpose to keep you busy and keep forgetting. So don't forget that we've been warned that another pandemic's coming, right? We've been warned by that quite a while. And of course, there's the H5N1 and all the measles outbreak, and now they're saying that there's not enough, that Texas is running out of vaccines for the measles. They're not sure if they're going to have enough. So anyways, tying into all of that, the Trump administration has offered a buyout to just about all the employees under Health and Human Services. So all the FDA employees, all the CDC employees, just about all of them. That if you take this lump sum, you can be on your way. Now, of course, not everyone's gonna take it, but a lot might. And there's already been cuts, and I'm not opposed to those cuts. Understand me clearly. I'm not opposed to those cuts, but I see the stage being set for a pandemic to come out, and there's not enough, oh, well, see, that's what happens when you back out of the WHO, and when you fire all of the health workers and the scientists, the virologists and everything. Now we got a pandemic on top of a massive recession. Oh, and there's a war going on here, and a war going on there, and one going on over there. The golden age that Trump has talked about, it does sound very biblical. It sounds like a lot of things that's happened in the past in history. And usually, it's this ebb and flow, cyclical thing that for a nation to make its way to this top that would be considered this golden age, they go through really, really rough times. Like they hit rock bottom. It's rare that they do it where everything's great and wonderful. Let's just make it even more awesome. It's usually we've hit rock bottom, everything's in shambles, and then finally someone picks up the banner and leads that nation or a group of people or whatever it is, finally leads that nation into the golden age. So, because I think it's easier, if you really think about that, it's easier for people to accept things. I've said this for years. If everything is falling apart in shambles. So if the world is, or the United States or whatever is in complete disarray and collapse, well, it's a lot easier to go in and fix things. And it's a lot easier to get people to accept that fix. So yeah, I do think that we are watching a purposeful collapse. Not too much different than what we saw attempted under Biden. I just think it's being done better. I mean, Trump does brag that he's better about stuff, and I think that his plan is better. I mean, the outcome, the immediate outcome is not going to be better, and the long-term outcome may not be better. We don't know. Time will tell. It remains to be seen. But it's becoming pretty apparent, you know, and I say this because, you know, it was either today or yesterday, Donald Trump said, when he's talking about the coming collapse, the stock market, and you know, the economy going through a recession and stuff, said it's likely, it's you know, that it's going to happen. And he's like, just don't pay any attention to the stock market. Just ignore it, because it's gonna you know, be bad and everything. It's like he's warning people, letting them know that a rough time is coming. It's his little way of saying it. So I don't know what to tell you, folks, because I say it just about every day. You gotta get ready. You may not believe me, whatever, that's fine, but I have been saying this and warning about this, well, really since before he took office, and certainly after he was inaugurated. And so far when it comes to this, I think I've been pretty on par. Maybe a few things off and maybe ahead of the curve, but overall I think I'm fairly accurate on it. And I'm telling you, sorry, that's the real rough part of the road right here. It doesn't matter if they scrape it. It is what it is. There's bedrock there, and it's really bumpy. You got to get ready. It's hard times are coming, folks. And with all the things going on, as much as most of you, and I might even include myself into this, did not expect to see the hardest times under Donald Trump or someone like him, it's very likely that we will. Because then you got the whole left doing their crazy stuff too. So get ready, folks. Get stocked up and prepped up and prayed up, and get your houses in order. You need to be preparing, you know the drill, mentally, physically, and spiritually, because it's going to be a wild ride. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.